Case 1. Brown vs. Lamon. The stolen basketball, the damaged courtrooms. Brown took 11-year-old Lamon and his family to court after an argument over a neighborhood basketball game escalated into property damage. Lamon and his younger brother often played basketball near Ms. Brown's home. When their ball rolled into her yard one afternoon, Ms. Brown seized it and took it inside her house. Later, when the boys politely asked for their ball back, Ms. Brown cursed at them, telling them to go get their daddy. According to Ms. Brown, Lamon then kicked her car in anger, leaving a dent. Lamon denied it at first, but a police report showed he had earlier admitted to doing it, undermining his credibility in Judge Judy's eyes. Judge Judy methodically questioned both sides. She made it clear that Ms. Brown was wrong to take the basketball in the first place, calling it a form of larceny. When you deprive the owner of their property and take it into your house, it's theft, even if it's just a ball, till. Judy reminded Lamon that being provoked does not justify destroying property. When confronted with his prior police statement, Lamon struggled to explain the inconsistency, prompting Judy to lecture him about honesty. "You can't lie to the police and then lie to me and think both are true." In the end, Judge Judy found that Ms. Brown's poor judgment did not excuse Lamon's actions. Outcome: judgment for Ms. Brown, the cost of the car damage. Judge Judy admonished Ms. Brown for behaving like a child toward children, but held Lamon accountable for the property damage, stressing that truthfulness and restraint matter, even when someone else behaves badly. Case 2. Lewis vs. Tully. Vacation debt and a friendship. Gone. Sour Christina Lewis sued her daughter's former friend, 19-year-old Irene Tully, over unpaid vacation expenses from a family trip to Hawaii. Irene had been invited to join the family getaway, paying for her own airfare but agreeing to reimburse Ms. Lewis for group activities and meals. After the friendship ended, Ms. Lewis demanded repayment of $375, covering outings such as a luau, snorkeling, and a sea lion show. Irene admitted she owed something but disputed the total. Crucially, text messages presented in court showed Irene asking Ms. Lewis for "the amount I owe you from Hawaii," confirming that some debt existed. Judge Judy went line by line through the list of charges. She ruled that activities Irene participated in, like the luau, snorkel trip, and group meals, were legitimate shared expenses. However, she struck down smaller or unclear charges. "You can't invite someone on a trip, keep loose receipts, and then pad the bill later," Judy said. "But if you agree to pay for certain events, that agreement stands." Judy noted that Irene's text acknowledgement was as binding as a verbal contract, a written admission of debt. Outcome: judgment for Ms. Lewis, $250. Judge Judy reduced the claim but held Irene responsible for the agreed-upon expenses, reminding both that friendship ends, but financial obligations don't. Case 3. Nash v. Nash. The love triangle and mutual misery. Young women appeared in court after a violent altercation over a man named Xandor Nash, a 22-year-old unemployed father who lived with his mother. Both women had dated Xandor at different times, and their dispute turned physical after one accused the other of interfering in her relationship. Each woman claimed to be the victim of an assault. Both filed cross-complaints, and both arrived in court still emotionally entangled with the same man. Judge Judy immediately turned her attention to Xandor, the center of the chaos. "You're 22, living with your mother, unemployed, and you've made 2 women pregnant," she scolded. "You are not a prize." As the women continued to bicker, Judy cut them off, incredulous that either would resort to violence over someone who offered neither stability nor respect. "What's more ridiculous than you two fighting," she said, "is that you're fighting over him." With no clear evidence establishing who started the fight, and no injuries or witnesses to tip the scale, Judy dismissed both claims, calling it a case of mutual immaturity rather than assault. Outcome: case dismissed, both parties at fault. Judge Judy delivered a blunt reality check, telling both women to grow up, get jobs, and stop confusing drama with love.